quick.
Do you think?
By the way, before we hit record, I told Todd, Jay, but I popped like 2 mushroom chocolates, and I'm feeling the flow.
He's dialed in, man.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, he's ready
marinating.
to go.
You are marinating. You're marinating hard, dude.
Oh man, I'm like touching myself. All right.
Go ahead.
All right, welcome to the Matt Rats podcast. This is Choked Out Chats. This is episode 1. I'm Rob. These are the co-hosts, Big Todd, Jay, BJJ Prada J. And so every week we're going to be coming in, talking everything from on the mats, off the mats, mindsets, what we like, what we don't like, everything Jiu Jitsu. So we're just normal guys. Blue belt, Jay's a purple belt, Todd's a blue belt. We all like to compete. So if you ever have any questions, shoot it to us on our social media. We're all over X, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, whatever you want. Come find us. Anyway, today we're starting off talking about some embarrassing white belt moments that hopefully everybody had. I know I had them. I'm pretty sure all of the upper belts called me spazzy socks for probably the first 6 months that I was doing jiu-jitsu. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know about that for a while until, who was it? Chris was like, yo, we used to call you spazzy socks. And that felt really good. So anyway, it kind of goes into my theory about spazzy white belts, at least if you have like an athletic background. I feel like you get on the mat and you don't know jiu-jitsu, and all you have to work with is, your athleticism, maybe your speed. And like for me, I had speed to work with. So you're basically just wrestling and in like a constant wrestle up,
Yeah.
and it definitely comes off spazzy. And I think you're just trying to do your best and progress and like keep from getting choked. Meanwhile, the guy on the bottom's barely breathing and then chokes you anyway. But yeah, that's definitely was my moment. And the amount slower that I roll now is pretty crazy. It's wild. But I mean, it works, and I definitely have way more energy for the specific role I'm in, and the next rounds as well. And I know Big J over there was one of the ones making fun of me.
So where'd you get the name Spazzy Socks? Who can talk on that?
So
Give us the rundown, Jay. What do you know?
yeah,
I wasn't there
so
for Spazzy Socks.
this was before I ever met Rob, because Rob used to go to noon class, and I don't normally go to noon class. And I heard about this guy named, well, actually, we didn't even know your name. We just called you Spazzy Socks. So they were telling me about how there's a new guy.
That's
we
even
call him
worse.
Spazzy Socks. I was like, why do you call him Spazzy Socks? And apparently, if you do jiu-jitsu, you don't wear, you don't wear socks on the mat. You just kind of go barefoot. But Rob decided to wear socks on the mat. And I know there's a background history is that Ali decided to get him some socks. It's, what is it? Like grappling socks, I believe.
Yeah, so I like
Allie is Rob's wife, by the way.
Yeah,
I got those mat burns, on my feet at first. And I'd be bitching to her, like, oh, my feet, they sting when I'm in the shower and shit. And so she gives me grappling socks. And so I'm like, they make grappling socks. That must be a normal thing. And so I'm wearing grappling socks on the mat. Apparently, it's not a very tight thing to do. And yeah, I was getting shit on.
Jay, do you still? I know I do. I was just rolling the other day, and I got mat burn on my foot. I didn't buy socks, but I know what it feels like. Yeah, it's a moment for sure. But that's why I just have to tape up for a little while until it kind of heals up. But yeah, that sting. It
I
gets
get
better
most of
though.
my burns on my elbows now from like when we're doing no-gi and you're like kind of technical stand-up or whatever you're doing. I'm getting like
you get
mat burns on the elbows.
Friction burns sliding across the mat.
Yeah.
That'll happen. It gets, my feet now, and I'm sure you guys are too. You guys have been doing it a little bit longer than me, but my feet kind of like calloused up on top. It's kind of hard.
Mine
on
does
top
the same
there,
thing.
so it gets. But you're good now. You don't have to worry about socks. You've been off socks for a minute now.
Yeah, I don't wear socks.
It'll
So
stay with you forever,
knows, I
though.
don't still wear socks. I know. Everyone's always going to call me that. All the upper belts.
Well, that's a good, yeah. That's a good name, good way to be remembered on the mats for sure.
I don't know if it's a good way, but it's a way.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a way, right? Yeah, you'll never be forgot for sure.
No.
I don't think I've
What
ever
about
really
y'all?
seen
Any
anybody
embarrassing
else with
stuff that you
socks,
guys
but
have?
I had, I guess, my spazziest moment during my white belt days was probably whenever I was trying to pass your guard doing a Toriando pass and snap my hamstring in half. No, but
Oh,
that was yeah, that sucked, man. Had a grade 2 tear in my hamstring whenever we were rolling. What was that, about a year ago? So I would consider that a spazzy moment. But
doesn't that feel like a long time ago when that happened?
yeah, yeah. And it took a while to heal.
That
I
was
mean,
wild.
it took a good 3 months. Yeah, Jay, you weren't there for that, but we had a noon roll, and I went to go went to go pass Rob's guard and kind of Toriando pass, and my hamstring just like popped, and I fell on him. And he's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Dude, I can't get like I could get up, but
And
it was
so I
like in
reverse
pain."
triangled him.
Yeah, exactly. Choked the shit out of me
No.
and put me to sleep.
But it was
But
like
yeah,
the end of the entire roll too, and you were like, "All right, we're just
yeah,
gonna
it was
go
right at
light,"
the end.
and you weren't
That's
like going too crazy, and it's just
yeah. That was after the roll, yeah, after the 5 minute round, and we said we'll
that was
just go another
wild.
couple minutes, yeah. But that was a 2 month, or that was about a 2 month recovery on that. Um, but no, I mean, spazzy moments. I think that would include my entire white belt journey, as well as currently. I mean, I don't really think I think just like what you were talking on earlier, is I've slowed down a little bit, kind of focusing a little bit more on technique, less on strength. Still utilizing strength, but focusing a little bit more on technique. But slowing down my rolls has been, pivotal to kind of decrease the spazziness I get. But I mean, whenever I'm rolling with upper belts or even blue belts, I mean, well, any belt doesn't matter. I still kind of have spazzy modes,
Yeah,
but that all takes time to kind of grow out of that and to kind of build on that. Um, but yeah, that was I mean, just learning the technique is key
sure.
to kind of growing and being less spazzy. To kind of talk on that point.
Jay, were you ever a spaz, or did you just come out of purple belt?
I was so spazzy. So I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. So you know how like as like we kind of rely on our athleticism. So I did the same thing. I went in, I was
Right.
like, I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu, but I was like, I got this. I was like, how hard can it be, And just kind of went in with a confidence, and as you know, jiu-jitsu will humble you very quickly. And Jason, our professor, he was obviously being very nice to me, but at that time I was like, oh, I got this, even though he was being very nice to me. And as I started to progress, he was turning it on, turning it on, turning it on. And my only goal at that time when I was
Yeah,
a white belt was to just pass this guard, That was my only goal at that
Yeah,
time. But
that's right.
yeah, I definitely have, I think, we all as a white belts definitely go through this spazzy moments, because we don't
So
know
do
what
yeah,
you
we're
have
doing.
spazzy moments? Like I said, I still have. I mean, I still have a long way to go, and there's still so much to learn. We know a very small percentage of what's to learn. I think going back to the spazzy thing, I kind of want to elaborate on too, is that I think that you still go through those spazzy moments no matter what, but you regain your composure a little faster, maybe, it's a little bit easy to kind of dial it back. You kind of notice whenever you're kind of getting a little overwhelmed, a little bit,
yeah,
pushing
yeah,
it a little too hard and kind of dial it back.
yeah.
Um, Yep. But it's
Especially
all
when you're
about
rolling with
retaining.
Big Mike, and he all of a sudden you hear, "Where did it all go wrong?" or "Do you
Yeah.
feel in charge?"
Yeah. Or he smothers you. Yeah. Big Mike, by the way, is 6'7", 270. Just to give you a reference of that man.
Big
He's
man.
yeah, he's unreal
When
for
he like
sure.
grabs my wrist to try and wrist lock me, it looks like a fucking gorilla has a hold of my hand. His
He said he
fucking
wants you to
mitts.
learn how to wrist lock more.
I
He was
know,
talking
yeah.
about that the other day. He definitely wants you to work on the
I
wrist
have
lock
him
some
give
more.
me a
He said
quick
that.
little theory lesson about, what I want to do or what I need to do to start attacking some wrists,
Yeah.
make some people squeal.
Another thing too, talking about this kind of coming to mind is whenever we're, you know, working on our jujitsu journey, using the strength, but also having less technique. would have me getting winded quickly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was another thing that would contribute. Like I said, I'm kind of breaking on this, or kind of, adding to the spazzy moment, getting winded quickly. And then that would cause me to get kind of erratic with my arms, and not really dialing back in my technique. And that was another thing that affected me
And
too.
like your
Spazzy
breathing,
moment.
your breathing is something that you have to actually start to think about and train
Yeah.
yourself, because we stop breathing, when you're exerting yourself and pushing or whatever, you're holding your breath and you're doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like learning to breathe using your nose and trying to stay calm in high pressure situations was another
Yeah.
like big learning tool. So wait, what's something that like if you had to give either you as a white belt or just white belts in general, one piece of advice of like functional, this is going to help you progress or it's
So
going to help you no matter what would you say?
I would think number one, and this is going to sound cliche, but just not giving up, right? So I love that sign that we have above the door that says every black belt was a white belt at some point, right?
Yeah.
I think it's about continuing to show up to class, and then you'll continue to learn. Um, and this might sound cliche too, but I was just thinking about this before we did this chat here. And the thing that, and I still do it too, is I need to focus on my elbow knee connection more, right?
Yeah.
So that would be something that I know that I would say that more so on the just keep showing up for the white belts. Just keep showing up. Don't give up. And I think that's gonna get you where you need to be, progressing in
But that
BJJ.
elbow knee is awesome
But the
because not
elbow
only is
knee
that
connection
helping
is
you in your
crucial.
guard, but you can like set other things up, whether it's attacking an arm. Like when I'm
Mm-hmm.
in bottom side, the first thing I'm doing is connecting here and looking to take that arm and set up that reverse triangle scenario I
You
like.
like that move? That's your move.
But
Yeah,
yeah, dude, you're right.
yeah.
Uh,
That's good. We know it's coming.
yeah,
I
you still got
don't
to
know.
stop it.
You still got to stop it. That's right. But yeah, I think that elbow knee connections are very important. And whenever we had the Nova Unya camp, what was that? 1 year ago. I forget what that gentleman's name was, but he was doing class with us, and that was he did a class with us just on elbow knee connection, right? And he just had us just kind of
Hmm.
turn it around, just kind of had us with like a partner, training partner, guard retention stuff like that, just quick drills, and that just like at that point, I had a couple stripes on my white belt, so I was um, but yeah, but no, I mean that I remembered that it stuck with me, and then Professor DJ says it to me all the time. Is that going to be edited?
No.
I was trying to figure out what you were flexing for there. Is that the elbow knee connection or what?
I'm just marinating over here.
Marinate. Hey, it's good to marinate, bro.
Jay, what about you? What's your best advice for a white belt?
I will say is getting used to being on the bottom. Because when you are an upper belt, like even, we are blue belt, purple belt, right? Is that we let the white belts work, right? So they're not really at the bottom, and we'll end up sweeping them, things like that. But we end up kind of turning it up a little bit more once they become a blue belt, right? And I think that's when they don't become being comfortable as much being at the bottom, because now that we have turned it up a bit more because they have earned that belt, right? So at a white belt, getting used to being on the
Yeah.
bottom and just being able to take that pressure and, control your breathing and not freak out, because you can't get a little freaked out, when someone's like on
Yeah,
top
well
of you, you
said.
can't get out, you feel a little claustrophobic. So like, I know how that
Oh
feels,
yeah.
but I think getting used to that will definitely help you not quit when you're a blue belt, because,
Yeah.
we all know about how people quit learning blue belt. And I almost went through the same thing. So I'll say getting used to being on the bottom. And second advice I have is there's so much to learn as we're still learning. Is I tend to do is focus on one thing for every quarter. So meaning for white belt, there's so many things to learn. I'll say passing guard. Only do that for the whole first quarter. For the first 3 months, just keep on working passing guard, right?
Yeah.
Doing the exact same thing, just repeating the same thing. If you pass someone's guard, right, just reset and go do it all over again. So then now you have to make a different move to pass that guard, because you can't do the same thing because the other person's going to be looking out for that. So That will be my two advice, just work on one thing at a time because there's so much to marinate and so
Good advice,
much
bro.
to, digest. I think it's good to focus on one thing at a time
Yeah.
and then just go from there and being used to being at the bottom. I think that will be a good advice for white belts. What about you, Rob?
You took the words right out of my mouth. So
Yeah, it's well said, man.
literally any white belt that is asking advice at our gym, that's pretty much 100% what I tell them. Get used to being at bottom side, not full mount. You don't want to be in mount. If anything, get the hell out of mount as fast as you
Yeah.
can. Be comfortable getting out of mount, but be comfortable in bottom side, letting people put all of their weight into you and just get comfortable sitting there. And when that weight doesn't mean shit, then you're not getting set up for different submissions. You're not having that anxiety of, oh my God, I'm fucking suffocating. And that's going to help your breathing. So it's just, I mean, a compounding list of benefits just to getting used to letting people drive their shoulder into your neck and jaw. And for the most part, you're not going to get tapped. You're not going to suffocate. It just sucks for a bit. But eventually, like, you're used to it and it doesn't matter. So, like, Big Frank, how much does he weigh? 240, 250, and he's putting his weight into my jaw. And he'll sometimes, when I was a white belt, he would look at me and be like, "You okay?" And I'd be like, "Yep." Like, just waiting. I'm waiting to set up that reverse triangle setup. Give me that arm.
And you're
But yeah,
keeping that arm. That's going back to like I said, I know my advice on that was that, the elbow knee connection, right? That's just, like I said, that was just something that's, kind of made me realize, or what to do in those situations. But if you're staying tight, so if you're on bottom, you're staying tight, you're not letting those arms come out to get attacked. Um,
yeah.
Other things can get attacked. Obviously, we know that, right? There's other ways to submit, but staying tight's key as well.
And you can breathe better on your side, everybody. Don't
That's
be
it. Get on your
flattened
hip.
out.
Yep.
But the
Get
other
on
thing,
that
like
side.
Jay was saying, learning one thing quarterly is great, but I would say have one good pass that you're comfortable with and you can run it. Have one good submission that you're comfortable with. But again, as a white belt, I don't care if you know submissions, you're gonna be getting smashed and we're gonna play with you however we want. So get used to being in bottom side is my
And
advice.
this also too. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? This is a
Oh
this is
yeah.
a journey that takes a while. So
Rest in
just
peace,
don't get
Nipsey.
just don't get don't get discouraged. That's the biggest thing. Keep showing up, just like we were talking about earlier. You keep doing that, you're going to go places for sure. It's a
The
very
marathon
humbling experience.
continues.
Yep, you keep it going.
Hell yeah. And so we also have Brew Jitsu coming up, a couple competitions, and then we also have the Winter International Championships for IBJJF in February. So that's
February.
like
Yep.
February 7th, 8th, or 9th, something like that. And then Brew Jitsu is January 18th. So I know me and Jay are competing. Todd has got an injury he's working out, so he's iffy on it. But either way, all three of us are going to be there. We're going to do an episode from there. Our buddy Peter Kiley with Monday Night Brewing and with the Sneaky Pete beverages. He's going to hook us up, roll out some hospitality, let us record from there. So that'll be sweet.
That's
What are you
great, man.
guys working on right now?
I'm going back to in my privates. Oh, as well, yeah, my privates. I've been working on just some guard retention, but as well as
Don't tell
rolling.
him.
I'm just
Don't
kind of
tell him.
keeping it. Huh?
I go,
Well,
don't tell him about the privates.
he ain't gonna watch this, or he better not. He ain't gonna. But oh yeah, hey, can you delete that?
Yeah, clipped.
All right, is it clipped for real?
If you want to
All right,
clip,
so what am
we'll
I
clip
working
it.
on? I mean, damn, I've been working on guard retention, so I've just been rolling. Okay, so keeping it basic, keeping it to what I know, trying not to, still incorporating new moves from class. And kind of working on those during rolling, but just rolling, trying to build up the cardio, trying to get the stamina up. Um, that's mainly what I've been working on. Just rolling with the class, going through the
Yeah.
motions. Yep.
Jay, you got
Until
anything
we
you're
until
working
we
for
get
the
to the
comp?
18th.
Yeah, what I'm working on is trying to work on my smiles. So, when I'm submitting them, I could, smile while I submit. So that's what I'm going.
He was thinking about that.
Are you a teeth smiler or just grin?
Oh, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be showing all my.
So, Rob, what are you working on for Brew Jitsu?
Yeah, I'm just working on essentially getting to advantageous positions, whether that's side control, north south, mount, S mount, and just being able to maintain those positions, and especially like on the 200 to 240 pound club, maybe 202 to 220, 230, but just being able to hold a bigger person, a stronger person down in a certain position and maintain my spot, or if they are able to move, I'm able to move with them and maintain, an advantageous spot. Uh, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing, getting ready. I've got my Boss Rutan O2 trainer, so I'm getting my lungs and shit ready.
There you
I've
go.
got my I've got my Halo. I'm getting my neck ready. I'm drinking my Thorn creatine. So yeah, dude, I'm getting ready. Hoping to bring home that gold, baby. I hope all three of us compete. I hope we all bring home gold. But either way, it's going to be really fun when we're having some Bronsons, having some beers, and doing the podcast. It's going to be super fun.
So, what's your weight class that you're gonna?
I think 168.
168. Okay, what's the low and what's the high?
Maybe 160 to 168, or like 161 to 168, something like that.
Jay, and you're going to be at what? 208? And
208.
And I'm 196. Or 195, I think. Yeah. 196, 195.
Yeah.
Let's clean it up. Let's clean it up, baby.
Let's do it,
3
man.
golds.
That'd be nice to come home with that. It's a good experience, man. This is gonna be my first competition.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
You guys have competed multiple times, but this will be my first comp. I'm pretty stoked about it.
I think what's cool about a competition also is it's you and another full-grown man that is your weight, size, height, and he is trying to submit you. You're trying to submit him, and like to be able to hold another person down with skills and submit them or beat them in points, whatever. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And we remember all where we started and where we came in as white belts, and I would fucking trash myself 2 years ago if I got into it on the street with me. I mean, it would just I would take me down and break my arms and point at myself and laugh. I mean, you're a helpless child if you aren't training. That's all I can say.
Hey, another thing that we did. Do you have the regarding the recent promotions that we had at our gym? You want to discuss those? Don't you have those?
Yeah. So we had some recent promotions at the gym. I know we had, let's see, DJ. He got 2 stripes, so well deserved. He's a very athletic guy. If you need a watch, go check him out. Watch your wrist. And then the brothers Judah and Israel, young kids, both very tall and lean and athletic. And if they keep sticking with it, they're going to be real problems. And Randy got some well-deserved stripes as well.
Congrats, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome job, guys. Keep coming. Keep coming. We're going to do a white belt specific episode soon. And we're going to have a couple of our guys from the gym join us, kind of give their white belt perspective, and or maybe a newly promoted blue belt that can kind of talk a little better about their experience. So that'll be fun. But yeah, shout out to all the guys
at Brew Jitsu. Let's interview some white belts there, so we can put that content up and kind of give a, not just us talking, but from other individuals that are going through that experience currently too. Not just at our gym, but maybe at Brew Jitsu we get a couple of the guys, because it's all about the community too. And let's do that. That'd be neat. See if we can get a couple people to talk with us.
Jay, any closing remarks?
Yeah, I got one last question. Is that so? I know, Todd, you mentioned that this is going to be your first competition, and I know you're dealing with some injuries right now. So, going into this competition, what are some of your worries?
Which I know we shouldn't rely on this, but it is needed to a certain extent, is the strength factor. I'm not going to disclose what my injuries are, just in case that person's watching.
There you go. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, the strength, I'm kind of operating at like half strength, which is a little bit of a, I feel a little depleted in that area, but I don't want to let those injuries allow me to not compete, right? So what's the worst thing that happens? If I lose, I lose, but at least I did it, right? I tap, okay, no big deal. And then I drink beers with the guy after and say, great job. So that's the coolest part about this, right? With the competing, I think. But that's not having that strength, but then again, that's also going to help me to rely on more on technique, right? So I think that'll be pretty neat as well, and kind of see where I can kind of prevail in that aspect and what I'm good at and what I'm not. So it'll be a telling match for sure. But
You're gonna do great. You're gonna do
Thanks,
great.
man.
All I would say is
Yeah.
like start getting like high intensity rounds in.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing at Diego's gym at headquarters,
Yeah,
in Norcross.
yeah.
Rolling 7-minute rounds. And then an open match, just trying to go through as many people as possible. Getting that cardio in. But there can definitely be some improvement for sure. But I think by January 18th we'll be ready.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up our episode 1, boys. We did it.
Good job, guys. That's awesome.
We did it. Congrats.
Thanks for joining us, whoever's watching. Appreciate the support.
If you're in the Roswell, Alpharetta, Johns Creek area and you need a place to train jiu-jitsu, or you're interested, come check us out. Deepwater Jiu Jitsu. Everybody is super cool at our gym. It's not a bunch of meatheads trying to kill each other. Well, it kind of is, but like they're really cool.
Yeah,
and,
cool way. Yeah.
Everyone's welcome. So come check us out. Or Diego Saraiva, BJJ. There's spots all over Atlanta. HQ is what, Norcross?
Yep, they got Dahlonega.
Atlanta.
And
They're all over the place.
Deepwater and Roswell. Yep.
Yeah, but all the professors are awesome. All the people that come, everyone's really cool, really like-minded. So check us out. Listen to the Matt Rat podcast. We're gonna have new episodes coming out every week. It's gonna be legit. What are we? We're on every social media platform. And if if you're not following us, please do. Hit the subscribe, hit the likes, hit the shares. If you have any questions, shoot them to us.
Appreciate
any
y'all.
comments? Any comments, boys?
That's it, man. Appreciate y'all being with us.
All right, fellas. Catch y'all next time.
That's all I got. All right. See you, boys.